Hey Leos, welcome to August 2019. Hope you guys are doing well. It was a little bit more challenging to tap into your energy, but then like a brick, these four cards popped out. We have the Chariot, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. So your reputation and your public image and how you present yourself to these two people in particular. So a young earth sign, which is Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, and an older earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Essentially, because of how you want these two energies to view you, you've been putting out a lot of emotional energy. It's almost like it feels like your duty to prove to them that you have the emotional capacity to take care of them. It's almost like it's kind of like a little bit on your pride right now, where you're like, hey, don't you know me? I can handle this. But these two energies, the young earth signs, they're really pulling a lot from you right now, Leo, which is unfortunate because this is your season. I think a lot of the times in Leo season, because everybody else is now tapped into your energy, and from what I've downloaded from Leo energy, when I like actually tap into it, I realize that you can't be inauthentic. Like you have to kind of show up. So you know that feeling you have when, well, Leos wouldn't, but everybody else truly does, feeling like you can't be your authentic self because of fear of making it seem like you feel like you're better than somebody else. And that's like shrinking yourself in order to make somebody else feel comfortable. And at the end of the day, who cares if they think that you're better than them? I think that's a compliment, right? That's a reflection on them, not on you, by just expressing your authentic self and not like shrinking away from it and kind of hiding away from it. So yeah, your reputation right now is being highlighted because everybody is looking at Leos. It's almost like you're, in Inception, where the subconscious just knows that it's Leo season. So everybody is just staring at Leo, looking for cues as to what to do. They need direction, because when Leo is in their element, you guys just shine so much. So that's the energy you're working with in August. New frame of mind when it comes to a relationship that you don't know where it's going. So that's another thing that comes back to the Leo energy of kind of like pride, right? Like that's one of the hardest qualities that Leo energy has to kind of work with, is that pride. Mainly because when you think about the planet that rules Leo, it's the sun. And the sun of course should have a lot of pride. It's providing all the warmth, for our planet. Like, yeah, the sun energy is going to be like, I shine bright and I do what I need to do, and I shouldn't be ashamed of that. So a couple more cards popped out. Five of Cups, which is about moving on. New feelings when it comes to your marriage. Okay, so yeah, August is intense because really not feeling that support, especially from a younger fire sign, like young energy fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, not really feeling that support from them. So it feels like it's actually the fire sign, but it truly comes back to the earth sign. How you are accepting being treated by this fire sign and the lack of support comes back, to the older masculine earth sign. Okay, because you put out so much emotional energy for those earth signs, and what you did is you sacrificed yourself. You didn't take care of yourself. And now what's happening is that fire sign, that young fire sign, is like, oh, this is how you want to be treated though. You don't want to put yourself first. You want to just be pouring out to salvage a positive reputation and public image with other people, especially these two earth signs. So the fire sign doesn't know any better. It's almost like you train them to treat you this way. And now you're like, why don't you support me? They're like, but this is how you said that you get supported, right? So all we have to do is communicate. New thoughts when it comes to not knowing where your relationship is going, thinking that you need to move on, and new feelings when it comes to your marriage. So let's see what's going on for Leo's August 2019. And then I'll show you the cards. Okay. A lot of energy invested. Oh, dear Leo. Dear Leo. A lot of energy has been invested, and you've created this situation, obviously. Like, we create our own world, right? So you have created this. Your foundation is crumbled. We've talked about this before, months back. About that foundation crumbling around you as a way to still see where your place is. You know what I mean? A lot of things over the eclipse season broke apart, flushed away, and now it's like, okay, where's my stability? I realize the earth around me has parted, but I'm still standing, and I need to like reassess and analyze this little piece of earth that is supporting me right now. So that little piece of earth is actually the authority that you have at home with your family. As much as it may feel like your entire foundation is crumbling around you and it's something based on what you've created, at the end of the day, you still have a lot of authority within your home and family. So owning that, embracing that, will start allowing you to piece back your earth, piece back your foundation. Because right now, subconsciously, you're bored. You're bored. After everything broke apart, you realize that, like, is this life? Is this relationships? Is this love? Is this what we're here for? You know, and it just sort of made you really bored with life in a way. And now another season comes in and, you know, you want to shine bright. You want this adventure. You want risks. You want fun. But that's not how our world, our society works, right? Like, it's not even play hard, work hard anymore, or work hard, play hard. It's truly just work hard. People don't really play anymore. And if they are playing, it's just for show. It's just for the Instagram post. So yeah, fundamentally, as a planet, as a society, nobody's having fun, and Leo of all is going to be hurting the most through that. So subconsciously feeling quite bored because you haven't been able, and things have changed. It's been hard to kind of get back into that flow of play, right? Even think about how we treat kids right now. They're so advanced, you know. We have therapy sessions with our kids, and they're more, you know, astute and intuitive than we are. Kids aren't really, you know, made to be kids anymore. They're on track to work. So yeah, we're subconsciously, there's some boredom, and you're thinking that you need to change. You're thinking like something, you know, something's about to change. If you're thinking about these changes, you know that you have a change coming up, and that change coming up is spiraling more and more changes that you can't even see just yet. They're so intense, they're so chaotic, and there's so many of them that it's almost like you can't, it's a blur. It's like seeing the Tasmanian devil, but you know that that is a spinning force. So this is how you're looked at right now by the people closest to you, and that is partnered up, coupled up, right? Family and friends, they're like, Leo is working hard and they got their relationship. So it feels like you don't have support from the outside, but that's kind of the barrier that you put up. You kind of said, no, this is my time to just work and focus on my family and my relationship. So family and friends have kind of taken a step back because your energy put that out there. Your energy put up those blockers. So they're just like, they're proud of you. They just don't want to bother you. They don't want to overstep. They don't want to distract you from your goals as well, just because you've been so ambitious lately. So hope and fear, Six of Pentacles, donation, giving, being able to give, making sure that it's balanced, giving back to those you think deserve it, hope for it, and you fear it. So another reason why that foundation crumbling around you is feeling so awful is because you feel subconsciously that you have a responsibility to give to others without them giving you anything back. You know, like I told you, I've said this a million times, the Leos in my life are so generous. Like, it's like they'll literally go out, buy something, love it, and I'll be like, oh, that's nice, here. Like, they have to be giving. That's how they spread their optimism and their joy. So you hope to do that, but you also fear it as well, because a lot of the times when you do give, you're left with so little. So what you've counteracted doing during the eclipse is, I'm going to give out emotionally. I'm not going to give out material wise because that's not really where my energy is at right now. So I'm going to give out emotionally. And that is doing more bankruptcy than giving out physically, right? Now your emotional cup is empty as opposed to just your wallet's being empty before. So you have that hope and fear of being able to give back financially again, but that fear is definitely blocking that. And unfortunately, when you do have that fear, it ends up manifesting regardless because you're thinking about it. So expect to be putting out some money this month. Donation, tip, I know it's your birthday season, but yeah, you're going to be putting, shelling out money as a way to try and combat this foundational shattering that's been going on. So the outcome, Leo, before I show you your cards, is yeah, that change is coming. Big change. You know it's coming. You can sense it. It's like that, you know, in Jurassic Park when you see the water shaking. Right now your water's shaking. You know that something big is coming. Magnificent. Right? It depends on your energy. Do you expect miracles or do you expect the worst? Because it's just as easy to expect a miracle as it is to expect the worst, right? It's all about perspective. So what's coming for you? What that makes you realize is there's been some deception. There's been some tiptoeing around your back. There's been some lying, some just not all truth, not all truthfulness, something that is almost like it will feel like the nail in the coffin. You know what I mean? That final nail. Mainly because you're already in that energy of change. So this deception that comes in, Leo, is going to really push you inward, which is brutal because you already had those walls up, right? You already had those emotional walls up. And then sure enough, it's almost like you're going to be like to yourself, ha, I knew it. Like I knew I should have, right? I just knew it. And unfortunately, that I just knew it is manifesting, right? We're not manifesting when we say I knew it. Could have just allowed somebody to surprise you. But at the end of the day, Leo, it is all in fairness. It's all exactly what needs to happen in order to balance you back out. So I'm going to show you guys the cards, show you what's going on. Okay, so this is a situation that we have. The foundation, right? Not feeling foundation, not feeling grounded, feeling like you're bleeding out for other people. It's also a 7, which is all about inner analysis, right? So this is everything that's kind of going on beneath the surface, going on within yourself, as opposed to putting that energy out there. Another thing with this card is the confusion, right? This person is wearing 2 different shoes. So that confusion there when it comes to what makes you feel grounded, what makes you feel stabilized, it's almost like running away or staying for comfort. That's really that push and pull, comfort and risk, comfort and adventure. And Leo energy is all about risk taking, right? You guys are ruled by the 5th house, which is gambling. If you love to gamble, that's because you need to take risks. So the obstacle and the aid is the Emperor, aka the authority that you feel at home within your home and family. So it's not embarrassing to embrace the fact that you kind of run the ship, right? Even especially if you're female, where you feel like, okay, I kind of need to let my masculine counterpart think that they're in control. At the end of the day, you hold all of the power. This is an obstacle, but also an aid when it comes to that foundation, when it comes to feeling grounded. So although you feel like, you have a lot of control, there are some areas of your life where you don't have any authority and control, aka the changes that have been going on and happening in your life. That's still going to affect in a positive way your foundation falling apart. Like you need it to crumble, right? It's almost like, makes me think of like breaking an egg. You need to crack the egg in order to get what's inside. So that's exactly what's going on with your energy right now. Subconsciously, so this is what's beneath the surface, and it's the 4 of Cups, which is all about that kind of boredom, right? That apathy, that emotional, like it's lethargic. It's comfort, right? That's the worst death when it comes to love, is just getting to that place of comfort where you're comfortably numb, right? Like that song. So this is what's affecting your foundational collapse. This comfortably numb energy that is not vibing well with you. You're not into it. Like you need fun, you're bored, you need to live life. So you need this foundation to crumble in order to create all of the changes that will end up being the drama that Leo energy needs. This is how you're being viewed right now. The 2 of Cups. So people are viewing you as very partnered up, but then family and friends see you as working very hard. So these 2 energies work together to show that public image that we were talking about earlier, right? Hope and fear is that giving, right? Hope and fear is giving out, because you've given out before. You've given out a lot of money, a lot of energy, a lot of power. You've given that out, and that's the reason why your foundation is crumbling, because you honored that balance. You honored that donation. Now you fear it, although, like I said, that was a good thing. So don't look at this as if it's a bad thing. It's giving you empowerment. It's giving you positivity in a way, because you kind of have to force to see the positive side. It's giving you changes, which brings in new energy. It's giving you balance in the future. And it's giving you that public image, that reputation from your family and friends that you are working hard and focused on your relationships, which is always a positive place to be when it comes to people viewing you, right? So the outcome, as mentioned, Leo, is these changes that create deception, that create kind of, feeling like you need to kind of go behind somebody's back or they're behind your back. It is another internalized thing. So if you find that it's something that you've manifested by, searching an email or looking through your partner's phone, looking for something to find, yeah, you're going to find it and it's going to hurt. Okay. So if you don't want it, you're better off not knowing it, right? At the end of the day, it is creating a fairness. So even if you feel that deception, instead of doing the detective work, maybe just honoring your intuition and being like, something has changed. I don't feel foundationally stable anymore. What's going on? Who cares about the cheating? I shouldn't say who cares, but if it is cheating in that deceptive way, finding out the source, right? Because a lot of the times cheating in affairs and, you know, lack of attention, undivided attention from a partner is usually just, you know, a symptom of the illness. So instead of focusing on that and being like, I need to prove that I'm being deceived, instead just follow your gut and say, I just don't feel secure. I just don't feel foundationally grounded. And I need to make some changes in order to feel more authoritative within my home and family. This all creates a balance. This is all that's needed. Leo season was totally what you needed to kind of just embrace your chariot energy, especially when it comes to these earth signs and how much energy you've been putting out there, the lack of support that you feel from this fire sign, plus thinking about moving on because you have new feelings when it comes to your marriage and your partnership and your common law relationships. At the end of the day, you have to do you, Leo. You have to just focus on what's going to make you happy, because an unhappy Leo who's not living their authentic self, their authentic truth, and being their king of the jungle energy is like a lion in a cage. You know, you're trapped. And you've seen, I'm sure you know what lions do to themselves when they're trapped in a cage, right? When they can't free themselves. They'll gnaw themselves, you know, just to kind of escape. So right now, if you're feeling like a lion trapped in a cage, recognize that your foundation needs to be broken down in order to rise up and find that balance back into your life. Love you guys so much. As always, if you want a personalized reading, my details are below, and I will talk to you soon. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share if you can. Love you guys, and I'll see you next month. Bye, Leo.